So we are on day 4, which is our last day of Bible Fest. I hope you've enjoyed this week. You feel free to go back and look at all the videos again if you want to, if you need to, do the activities, play the games as a family. Today we are wrapping up with Finding Nemo as our theme movie. We're finding Jesus, so we're going to use our friendship then out in the world and finding Jesus and others and being fishers of men. Father John will be taking today's lesson and he will be doing our opening prayer. Here's Father John.
Well, we're at our last day, and this lesson, I don't know, there's something fishy about this lesson. I'm not sure what it is. But Jesus says to his apostles, he says, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers." Fishers of people, that you're going to go fishing for people. It's kind of an interesting thing he says. But that's what we're asked to do. But, first of all, he's got to catch us. So let's begin with a prayer. With the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God, you're always searching for us. You're always trying to find us no matter where we're at. You search and you search and you search, but you finally catch us in your net. But it's a beautiful net. It's one that we want to be in because it brings us to you. Lord, help us to accept being caught by you. Help us want to be caught by you more often. And may we learn how to do the same thing, to catch other people so we can bring them to you. We ask this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Hey, I'm glad you can make it here today. As I said in the prayer, there's something fishy going on today. So I'm going to begin again with the scripture I read a little while ago in the prayer. It's about Jesus coming up to his friends, the apostles, and talking about fishing, because that's what they were doing. So in some ways, when Jesus came up to them, and the first time we know he came up to them in the gospel, he talked to them, and he, just like a fisherman, he was like a fisherman himself. He hooked, just like you would hook a fish when you go fishing, he hooked those guys. He hooked his friends, the disciples that turned out to be the apostles. He hooked them to join him. He wanted them to join. But when he said, I'm hooking you, so one of these days, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to go fishing. Just like I hooked you to follow me, you're going to hook other people, he says. So they follow you, so you can lead them to me. Because Jesus knew that the world needed him. But sometimes he's hard to find. And so he hooked the apostles, and the apostles hooked other people, and these other people hooked other people, all so they can they could spend their lives in some ways looking for Jesus. That's what they were doing. That's what every Christian does all his or her life, is look for Jesus. This kind of can remind you of a fun little movie that came out a long time ago, actually, about a fish. Finding Nemo. Just like Christians are out to find Jesus, we also look for him, and we have people in our lives that's going to help us find him. In the movie, Nemo's dad goes out looking for him, right? But he doesn't do it alone. He does it with other friends he finds on the way. And that's what we can trust too. We trust the friends who help us find Jesus. That's kind of what I'm here for. That's what Elsa's here for. That's what all the other ministers here in the church is for. To help you and your family and everyone else find Jesus. Because we're looking for him too. We're always looking for him in new and different ways. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Just like Nemo's dad, let's go see if we can find somebody. Let's go see if we can find Jesus. Okay? Come with me, okay? All right. I'm in the office right now in the church. So, should we go that way? We can go that way. Well, let's go this way. Let's see what happens. Remember, and maybe we can find somebody on the way to help us find Jesus. That would be pretty cool. I bet we can find somebody who can do that. Oh, it's bright out here. Woo! Look at that sun. It's bright. It's bright out here. So where can we find him? Where should we start? I mean, we have that building. We know what that building is, right? That's the church. We can find him there maybe. Or maybe, could he be over here? Wow, who knows where he's at? So let's start looking. And see if we can find somebody. Let's go this way first. Let's go this way. See if we can find somebody to help us find Jesus. Around the corner here. Nice. Here's someone who always helps us find Jesus. Mary. There's a really nice statue of her. Of course, that's not the real Mary, but, we can ask her to help us when we don't know where Jesus is. She prays for us because she spent her life too holding on to Jesus, whether he was a baby, or when he was a man, or even after he died, she held on to him in her heart. So she knows help. She could truly help us find Jesus. Anyone else that we know of that can maybe help us find Jesus? Well, who in your life helps you find Jesus? I think your parents do. I think other relatives, it helps you find Jesus when you come to church, whether it's me or another priest or wherever you go to church. You can helps you find Jesus there. Now here's a funny statue. Where is he at? I can't find him. We'll take a selfie with him. There he is. There's a funny statue. That's St. Francis. Let me step back a little bit. It's a funny looking picture of St. Francis, but he's one of our saints, one of our favorite saints. He found Jesus. He truly did. He found Jesus by looking in poor people. That's where he found Jesus. So that's one place we can find him, possibly. Looks like someone's over here. Who's this? This is a different saint. You don't see him much anywhere. He has a shovel and a book. That's Saint Fiacre. He's kind of the patron saint of gardening. And so there's gardens over here. There's all kinds of neat things. All of our saints help us find Jesus by praying to them and asking for intercessions or prayers. Do you have a favorite saint? Do you have someone that you go to if you need to find Jesus? There's all kinds of saints. Maybe your parents have a favorite. One of my favorites is Saint Damien of Malachi. He was one of my favorite saints. And so I pray to him sometimes when I find it really hard, when I find life kind of hard for me. I pray to him because he had a very hard life too. Oh, who's this? Who is this? There she is. It's Mary again. We have lots of pictures of Mary, lots of statues of Mary, because she's so important to us. And here she is holding on to Jesus. Jesus held on to her so he wouldn't get lost, actually. And so she can definitely tell us how to find him. Well, what's in this building? Let's find out. All right. Oh, look at this. Another crucifix. Another image of Jesus. These are good reminders of who we're looking for. You know, because sometimes we may forget all that he did for us. And Jesus did some wonderful things. Oh, I really like this one. I really like this picture, this image. Another one of Jesus, a reminder of who he is and what he did for us, which is very important. Look at this one. This is another one of Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe. So we have all kinds of reminders. People that have lived and who have been there before, who knows what it means to be lost, who knows what it means to search for Jesus. And so they help us point us directions, just like in the movie, right? In the movie, you have turtles, you even have sharks, you have other fish. You know, they helped Nemo's dad find him. Because, you know, Nemo said one time when we got into the aquarium, we all knew where Nemo was. But he got there and he says, I'm so far away from home. Or home is so far away from here. It's almost like he didn't think his dad would ever find him because he was so far away. And we might think that too with Jesus. But I think we really do know the truth. That finding him is not impossible. Because we've been told that by our parents. We've been told that by lots of people. So, what is this place? Yeah, it can get dark and scary here. Right now it's okay right here, but ooh, look in there. That's gonna get scary. You know, walking here kind of reminds me of possibly when Dory and Nemo's dad was going through the jellies. It was scary back then, and that can be pretty scary because when we don't know what's happening, when something's new, sometimes it can get scary. See, we're going to the dark again. Ooh. But it's okay. We know the light's up there. I'm not too scared. You ever thought about when Dory and Nemo's dad went through the jellyfish? Did you notice what he did? You know, Dory was stuck and she was just about dead. But he went in there anyway. He went into death, pretty much, because that whole place was just a bunch of death. And he went in there anyway, so he could save her, so he can save Dory. You know, it's kind of what Jesus did. When Jesus died, he went into death, just like the jellyfish, and it killed him. But he went in because we were there, you and all people. He had to go into death so we don't have to die. And that's what he did. That's what Jesus did. So that scene in the movie kind of reminds me of that. That there's nothing Jesus wouldn't do to save us.
All right, so Father just talked about the jellyfish in Finding Nemo and how Jesus went into death, into the tentacles basically of the jellyfish for us to pull us out, just like Nemo's dad did for Dory. So we are going to make a jellyfish to kind of remind us about this lesson. So Gracie's got her Thursday packet, and she's going to take out the paper plate and some of the little strips of paper that are also in there. And about 4 or 5 little strips of paper. And what we'd like for you to do here is on the strips of paper, those are going to be the tentacles, like the bottom little tentacle sides of the jellyfish. And then the paper plate is the top. So the top is safe. You're supposed to stay on the top and bounce on the top. But sometimes we get caught up in the tentacles that sting us. So I want you to think about what tentacles, what things might you put on those tentacles? What is it in our lives that might sting us, that we get caught up in sometimes that is not good for us? Okay, so it can be things like sin, fear, jealousy, things like that. So write those words on the tentacles. Decorate your jellyfish. Gracie's also got some markers. She's going to use those to decorate her jellyfish. Then she's going to write things and decorate the tentacle parts that we get caught up in sometimes and glue those to the bottom of the plate. So then you'll have your complete jellyfish, right? So in doing that, remember that sometimes all of us get caught up and stung by these things that we're writing on the tentacles. But just like Father said, Jesus is willing to go in there. He was willing to go into the tentacles, into death, and pull us out of there. And He still is. So we can still ask for forgiveness, ask for help, ask for guidance. And Jesus goes in there and helps us out. So work on your jellyfish and then put it somewhere where you can remember that Jesus still goes in there and pulls us out of those tentacles when we get caught in there. But the goal is to do our best to stay on the tops of those jellyfish and away from those tentacles. All right, go for it.
Well, here I am leaving the school. So where should we go next? We went to that building over there. So let's go over here. Right over there. Let's see if we have any luck over there. It's still hot out here though. Oh well, I like heat. At least I'm not in the water like Nemo. I don't like to swim that much. Do you like to swim? Did you do a lot of swimming this summer? I bet you don't swim like Nemo. Or his dad. Or Dory. Or the cool turtles. I kind of look like a turtle. Maybe. I don't know. Alright. Here we're going up on the church. You know, it's kind of sad that we don't get to go to church right now. Not, well, we can if we want, but, you know, it's still kind of scary with the sickness. So, here we go. Let's go into the church and find out what's in there.
Here we are in the church, or at least the gathering space. And there's another one. Look at that. Another cross. Another image of Jesus on the cross. That one's really pretty too. And look at that one. That one's very pretty too. And look at all those other small crosses. We got lots of crosses here at the church. That's very interesting. And of course, look at this. Another image of Jesus. Jesus seems to be everywhere. But that's not really him, though, is it? Those are just reminders of who he is. And look at this one. Here's another. That one's called Sacred Heart of Jesus. A beautiful reminder that his heart, he gives it to us. So that's very nice. And of course, we always love pictures like this. Jesus with children. That's always nice to remind us he's our friend, like we learned earlier. But here's somebody else here too, to help us show our get where we're going, to help us find Jesus. You can't see it really good right now. Let's see if I can find a better way. This is a statue of Pope John Paul II. He was our Pope, and he's a saint now. But he showed the world about Jesus. And that was a wonderful thing he did.
So, now let's head into the church and see what we can find in there, right? Because we say this is Jesus' house.
I bet you guys, at least some of you, recognize this place, right? So, if we were to look in here, we would find all kinds of pictures. All kinds of pictures of, you know who that is, right? That's Jesus. But we also have other people in here too. This is a statue of Saint Joseph. He's one of the ones that helps us find Jesus. And of course, we know who she is. Again, this is Mary, always praying for us. And she always points the way. She points us the way. She shows us the way that we need to go. And of course, this is where we're going. This is where we need to go. Of course, that's the altar. But up here, there's Jesus. At least that's a statue of Jesus. That's an image of Jesus. It's not the real Jesus. But it's very pretty. So if we were going to try to find the real Jesus, where will we find him? Is that him? No, that's just still another picture. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? That's who we're looking for. This is the tabernacle. This is where Jesus, the real Jesus, stays. And of course, we come near the tabernacle, we genuflect, or we go down on one knee. This is who we're looking for, right here.
This is where we Catholics find the real Jesus. There's lots of pictures, there's lots of statues of Jesus, and they're all beautiful, and they can make us happy to see them. They can inspire us. But this is where we call the real Jesus. We call it the Eucharist. But that's who he is. We believe that. It's not always easy to get to Jesus. It's not always easy to find him in our hearts, because sometimes we can be sad. Sometimes things get in the way. We get busy. But we got to keep trying. We got to keep trying to find Jesus in our hearts. As Dory would say, we got to keep swimming. Keep swimming. Keep swimming. That's what we have to do, and never give up. We've been given many people in our lives to help us. Never forget to ask them for help and go with them, journey with them to Jesus. That's all I have to say right now. So now you can turn to Elsa. She has some fun things for you to do. And I hope you enjoy what you're about to do. And remember, keep swimming. God bless.
Alright, so this game is called Bouncing to God. And so I want you to get the ping pong balls that we had from earlier in the week. Should have those in your packet. So get those out. And then get any container that you might have. We have an empty plastic little container there. But you can use an empty box or whatever you have on hand. And the idea is that the container represents God and we are the ping pong balls just trying to get to Him. Now sometimes we're right on the mark and we get in there and we do a good job of following Him, and sometimes we bounce away from Him. We're kind of bouncing all over the place, but the idea is that He is always there ready to catch us. So we just keep swimming, just like Father said, we keep swimming and keep trying to reach Christ. So everybody takes a turn and you're trying to bounce the ping pong balls into the container, and you'll have 30 seconds to get as many in there as you can. So ready, player one, set, go. So just, oh, you got one. So just keep swimming. In other words, just keep trying. Don't give up. God never gives up on us. We got to keep trying to get there. And time. Good job. Player two, time starts now.
No. How much time is left?
Got about 5 seconds. And stop.
I got two.
Woohoo! Player three, your time starts now. Got about 5 seconds. All right, time's up. All right, guys, so the next game is called Fishers of Men. Earlier, we heard Father talk about the fact that we're all fishers of men, and we're supposed to hook people and bring them to Christ. So just like Jesus hooked the disciples and they became apostles, we are to go out in the world and be fishers of men too. So this is just a fun way to kind of reinforce that idea. So in Thursday's packet, you should have found a piece of netting material, and we've kind of anchored it down so it'll stay down because it might roll up on you. And then take one bag of goldfish and empty it out on a clean table, or we've got ours on a paper plate. There should also be individually wrapped straws. And the idea is to get as many goldfish onto the net as you can in 10 seconds. The person who gets the most wins the game. So, who's going first?
Patrick.
Patrick's going first. All right. Ready? Your time starts now. So he's trying to catch as many fish in the net. If they fall out of the net, they don't count. So go ahead. You can get it back in there.
Okay.
We're gonna go 15 seconds. 15 because. And time's up.
We got 4 people.
Alright.
There's fish.
Who's going
Everyone
fishing
counts.
next?
Great.
Alright. So now it's Gracie's turn. And your time starts now. Alright, there's one. Gotta move fast. Time's almost up. That's time.
4 people.
Alright.
Go ahead and do better. Andrew.
And now let's see. Andrew. Time starts now. Oh. Ooh, and that's it. All right. So I think Andrew was our winner that time. You guys can do it for 30 seconds or a minute. You guys can set your own time. But have fun and go be fishers of men. All right. So when you guys are done playing or as you play, there should also be in Thursday's packet another bag of goldfish. That one is your snack of the day. So use one bag for the game and enjoy the other one as a little snack. Bye guys. Alright guys, one last time, let's welcome Frankie and the band back for praise and worship. We've been so blessed to have them here all week. So stay tuned for after the That's a Wrap clip, because I've got encore presentations of all of the praise and worship. This one that's coming up is an original piece written by Frankie. So get up on your feet and let's enjoy some praise and worship, guys. Let's go.
It's dark and you're afraid, feeling lost, you find your way. When you're down, feeling shame, bugged out like you're the one to blame. Just keep swimming. We find Jesus everywhere. Darkness friend, He's always there. You need hope, find your way. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just isolation. But if we lay our burdens down, lay our burdens down. What a friend we have in Jesus. East to west, my sins are gone. I see grace on every horizon. Forever and ever, His heart is gone. Everybody has fears. Everybody got worries. Everybody knows sorrow and devastation. We can lay our burdens down. Lay our burdens down. What a friend we have in Jesus. East to west, my sins are gone. I see grace on every horizon. And ever His heart is home. No more betrayal, for He is faithful. He fills me up and my cup runneth over. No more betrayal, for He is faithful. He has proven it over and over. No more betrayal, for He is faithful. He fills me up and my cup runneth over. No more betrayal, for He is faithful. He has proven it over and over, over and over. Have in Jesus, East to west, my sins are gone. I see grace on every horizon. Forever and ever, His heart is one. What a friend have in Jesus. East to west, my sins are gone. I see grace on every horizon. Forever and ever, my heart is one. Forever and ever, my heart is one.
Oh, what a beautiful and perfect way to bring this Bible Fest to a close. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you to his band. Thank you to his beautiful family, beautiful kiddos. That was a beautiful reminder of what a friend we have in Jesus. And I hope you guys had a wonderful week. That was the perfect way to bring this Bible Fest to a close. Thank you again. And that is a wrap on day 4 of Bible Fest, bringing our Bible Fest to a close. We hope you had a great time. I know we had a great time making these videos and shooting them and the activities. Hope you guys did too. I'd like to thank today Father John especially for his lesson. Again, to Frankie and the band for doing a phenomenal job with praise and worship. I'd like to thank everybody who helped me this week. A special shout out to Nathan for posting all our videos to our website and taking care of all the technical side of that. And a special shout out to my family, my kids who helped me shoot we did all the activities and had a great time shooting those activity videos and playing the games and putting a lot of stuff together and everything. So I'm so happy that we were able to bring you Bible Fest virtually. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know we did, and we will see you soon. Thanks, guys.
So don't you sit there, slack your buggy-eyed. I'm here to answer all your midday prayers. You got me bona fide and certified. You got a savior for your charged affairs. I got an urge now to help you out. So what you wish, I really wanna know. You got a list that's 3 miles long, no doubt. Well, all you gotta do is pray like so. Hey-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, well, be your prayer be. Well, let me take your order and jog it down. Yeah, you never had a friend like me. And life is your restaurant, pretend I'm your maitre d'. Come on, whisper what it is you want. Yeah, you never had a friend like me. You know, we got a good pal named Jesus. We can always rely on. 'Cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, but just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. If you got troubles, I got them too. Isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Have no fear, your friend Jesus is near. Oh, he's close to you, doing all he can to help you, to help you. He lives in you, and he lives in me. He watches over everything we see, and into the water, into the truth, and in your reflection, he lives in you. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see, and into the water, into the truth, in your reflection. He lives in you. It's dark and you're afraid, feeling lost, you find your way. When you're down, feeling shame, bugged out like you're the one to blame. Just keep swimming. We find Jesus everywhere. He's our best friend. He's always there. You need hope, find your way. Just keep swimming. 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 Just keep swimming.
Everybody knows sorrow and devastation.